and more programs like this in the future.
An entirely different application of Benenet is the information sharing network, including electronic mail.
In the final segment today, we'll demonstrate the use of the electronic mail functions and library functions of the Benenet system. As in the other situations, we will insert the floppy diskette into the disk drive, and in this case, we will type Benenet. This brings us to the Benenet main menu. The first option is to link to the library or send mail. This would link us to the Boeing computer network. Items 2, 3, and 4 pertain to creating, printing, and deleting documents locally here on the personal computer. 5 is an explanation of Benenet in general, and 6 would return us to the operating system. Let's first show an example of the electronic mail function. To create or edit a document, we would type 2 and the pre-assigned number that we have created. To activate the PC Write word processing program, we hit the escape key. In this document, you can see I've already typed in, it is to Paul Mead from myself, and it's a document that he has requested. We could go through and make editing changes, move paragraphs around, and come back to save the final document by hitting F1 and then F2. This takes us back to the main menu. Now, as we said before, number 1 will hook us into the Boeing network and allow us to send this document to Paul Mead in San Francisco. We have linked to the Crosstalk communication software, and as you can hear, the computer is dialing the Boeing number. Phone is ringing. We are now connected to the Boeing computer in Virginia. We now follow the normal long-on procedures for entering into the Boeing system, which would include typing CTS and log on and our ID. We are now requested for our password. And we are now into the Benenet information system. As you can see, we have the ability to link to any of the 4 library channels or to the mail channel. To complete the sending of this document to Paul Mead, we will type 5, which brings us into the electronic mail channel. We type 1 and enter the document. If you remember, the document is LA123. Now, we need to get back to the Crosstalk communication software. We do that by hitting the escape key. We type RE for read and the number. This will transmit the file from the PC to Paul Mead in the San Francisco office. We hit enter. Now it asks us enter the office of receiving office. That would be SF. Enter who the message is going to. It asks, do we want to send this document to another office? No. And we are returned back to the mail menu. We could, at this point in time, if we had mail, or go read it or erase mail that was previously there. But to complete the electronic mail function, let's log off by hitting 9. Now let's assume that we are in San Francisco logging on, following the same procedures. JHS. We've entered the ID and password. Now, the difference between this and the menu when we first logged on, we are now on Paul Mead's channel in San Francisco, and you will notice a message here. You have mail. We hit 5 to take us into the mail channel. We hit 2 to read our mail. As you can see, there is one document with the number LA123 to Paul Mead, dated 12/13/83. We enter that document. It asks us if we want to view it or print it out. We will view it. And there it is. We could have easily printed this out or captured this back to the hard disk for further editing. After every screen of data, you have the option of M for more or Q to quit. In this case, we will take Q to quit. Read another document, no, and back to the mail channel menu. Now, at this point in time, we will return to the main menu and access the employee benefit library. Now, we have here again, we have the options of the communique channel, research, regulation, and document. Let's try channel 2. Now, in the research channel, as in all other channels, the first thing we see are the last 6 entries that have been added to that channel. This gives you an idea of new items that have been added, and if you haven't seen them, you may want to look at them. We also have some instructions here. They're basically simple. To view one of these messages from above, we would type EB and the number of that message. Example, EB 106. If we wanted a list of all titles of entries out on this channel, we would type EB all. If we want a subject index, we type EB subject. And then if we want the items on this channel by subject, we would type subject and the number. We also have some other items here. If we type EB help, it will take us back to a summary of all the commands to access the library. To change channels, we would type menu. To end the session, we would type log off. Let us first look at a subject index. It requests whether we want to view it or print it out. We will view it. this point in time, we are giving a list of subjects followed by a number. Let's assume that the subject that we were researching is cost shifting. First, we would type Q to get out of scrolling through the subject index. Then we would type subject 105. Now, currently in our database on cost shifting, we have one item, number 106, RAND study on cost sharing. To view that, we would type EB 106. Here again, we are requested to identify whether we want to view it on the screen or print it out on the printer. Also, the third option would be to capture it again to our disk here. We will view it. At this point in time, we will scroll through this document a screen at a time, and it asks us M or Q for more or quit. And in this case, we could continue on through the document. However, we will quit. Now, let's say that we forgot what our options were. We would type EB help. And again, as you see, we have the summary of the commands that are available to us. If we would want to look again at the latest 6 items that have been added to the channel, we would type EB latest. But this, in effect, is an example of how we can use this library to access information. If we wanted to change channels, we would type menu, which takes us back to our main menu and allows us to go to another channel. In this situation, we will type 9 and exit the system. Escape returns us to crosstalk, and QU takes us back to the main menu where we began. This completes the demonstration. We believe that once you have a facility for using this system, it will become easy to use, and it will allow you to be more productive in the future.